This program contains true stories of rescues. All of the 911 calls you will hear are real. Whenever possible, the actual people involved have helped us reconstruct the events as they happened.
When forced to make life and death decisions in a moment, sometimes the only thing rescuers can rely on is their instincts. I'm William Shatner. Tonight on a special edition of Rescue 911, we bring you a single true story of bravery beyond the call of duty. We begin on March 28th, 1991 in Lawrence, Kansas, as nighttime settled in on the campus of the University of Kansas.
Judy Lowe had been a police dispatcher for more than 5 years.
We get bomb threats all the time, but nothing ever happens. I mean, they never go off. The thing that was different about this, though, was there was no threat ahead of time.
More than 300 students lived in the JRP dormitory near the center of campus. By midnight, only a few of them were still awake, including security monitor Brad Stulzatz.
I had a test the next day, so I was last-minute cramming, trying to get it all in. The lobby had quieted down. Most of the guys were going to bed. A regular, normal, run-of-the-mill night at JRP.
University police officer Herb Martin was one of several cops on stakeout that night, working on a series of campus auto burglaries that had gone unsolved.
While I was sitting there, I saw one red car come into the parking lot with two individuals in it, and they were sitting in the car and had the dome light on, so I could see both of the guys, but only one of them got out of the car. He walked up the hill toward the area where we keep our police cars and security jeeps. As he was walking up the hill, I noticed there was something held on the side of his leg, but I couldn't tell what it was.
934 KU, I've got somebody messing with one of the security jeeps on the drive.
Is that going to be lot 1? It was pretty much behind our building, right where we were.
He took off like he was lit with firecrackers.
There's one vehicle leaving lot 50 at this time, small red vehicle, Chevette, Kansas plates. I believe it's David, X-ray, possibly George. No further.
Which direction did you last see the vehicle going from which location?
From lot 50 to 11th Street, headed down towards the stadium. Okay, that vehicle went north on Mississippi from 11th.
24204.
I went on back up to check the Jeep to see what this guy might have been doing.
What have you got up there? It looks like they stuck a pipe bomb beneath the Jeep, security Jeep, on the ramp behind JRP. JRP. 10-4, secure the area.
When we continue,
We had a bomb, probably with a timer, and we didn't know how much time had been put on it.
Clear the area.
when a university police officer found a pipe bomb planted underneath a Jeep parked just outside a dormitory where hundreds of students were sleeping, he radioed for help. But no one knew whether any attempt to dismantle it might instead set it off.
We had a bomb, probably with a timer, and we didn't know how much time had been put on it.
What's your location?
And of course, that's a pretty sticky wicket, trying to figure out whether we should evacuate people from the wing of the dormitory. Would we have time?
There's a lot of windows facing that direction, and I could envision shrapnel from that device and from that Jeep flying through those windows.
Sergeant Skylar Bailey was at a surveillance post with his partner, Detective Mike Reiner, who had some experience in identifying and dealing with bombs. Detective Reiner was rushed to the scene.
Mike, it's up under the front, over the axle. All right, just stay back.
We have a red Chevette. It was last seen northbound.
Officer Bob Williams was on routine patrol less than 3 blocks away when he heard that the suspect's vehicle had been headed in his direction.
Plate R, David X-ray, George.
204 key.
204.
Would you check with Herb and see if the vehicle, was it dirty? Couldn't read the tag, it had dirt all over it.
Actually, I just thought that there's no way it can be him. I mean, this is stupid if it's him to pull over there.
Good one look like. About 6 foot, 6'2". Slim, maybe 160. Did somebody have a sweater by any chance? Looked like the driver may have had a gray, charcoal gray, kind of checkered sweater. Okay. Okay, I've got the vehicle.
You're 1020.
I just asked him, I said, would you mind coming back up on campus with me to the police station? Sure, no problem.
Detective Mike Reiner returned to the station to pick up some protective gear.
Gentlemen, I don't believe he's involved. The guy that Herb was chasing, I'm sure, still in the area. Sure.
May not be the smartest thing I've ever done.
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
He looked very determined. He just had this look on his face like it was something he had to do.
There's 30 seconds left on the timer. We'll know in just a little bit. Clear the area. I'm getting out. It was real.
Let me look out the window here. I've got a splitting headache from the explosion that we just heard, so I don't imagine the vehicle's in great shape. Oh, my gosh.
I walked back down to see what kind of damage it had caused. And I saw a crater about 3 feet in diameter and about somewhere between 6 and 10 inches deep. Just all of a sudden hit me that this was real. If I had taken time to do anything else upstairs when I was getting my equipment, it could have gone off in my hand. I could have been killed. And my knees just kind of turned to rubber, and I just kind of sat down and flopped over on my back and shook for a few seconds.
Mike. Are you okay, Mike?
I can't believe what I just did.
Oh, my God.
The building shook when the bomb went off, and I was scared. I had no idea what was going on.
Hey, Mike, all the way down here.
One piece of shrapnel had gone through a windshield of a car and embedded itself in the passenger seat.
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw the flash, and then I heard it go. And I know I must have jumped 2 feet. I looked at the kid, and he was calm and cool throughout. He just looks at me and says, "Pardon me, sir, but just what was that?" I said something along the lines of, "I think you know what it is, and we need to talk about it."
The people that were responsible later said that they built the bomb just to see if they could do it.
Out the ceiling.
They said they didn't mean to hurt anybody, and that was not their intention, but they wanted it to be a big deal. And it was. They've both been convicted, and I think they both got 27 or 28 months in the penitentiary.
Mike Reiner was awarded the University of Kansas Police Department's Medal of Valor.
A lot of people told me that what I did was stupid, that I was crazy. I really couldn't see that there was any other choice.
What he did goes against most training. But I know why he did it. He weighed the options. Here's an explosive device placed under a vehicle that has a gas tank parked not that far from a residence hall where there are a couple of hundred kids and they're sleeping. He did something that a lot of people wouldn't have done, couldn't have done. Mike's a hero.
Oh, Mikey.
This is the first time I think it was really hammered home to me that you could be here today and gone tomorrow. You could be killed. I got my first gray hair 2 weeks after this and promptly plucked it out.
We all depend on the quick thinking and bravery of professional rescuers to help us when we're most in need. This series is dedicated to all the men and women who answer our calls for help and are there when we need them most. I'm William Shatner. Join us again for more true stories on Rescue 911.
I'm Brenda Wood. Coming up on Eyewitness News, Vicki Long is back in the news, this time taking the Atlanta Catholic Archdiocese to court. Join us for that and much more coming up next on Eyewitness News.